What's up, guys? This is Masada. This is an album listening party. I'm just the only one here. I just want to introduce y'all guys to my new album slash sample pack. It's called Masada Memoirs. It's 3 volumes, and it's basically a 70s style soul music instrumentals, a kit slash album. And it's based on key events in my life. And if you look at the titles and inside of each one of the volumes, these all relate to a particular place, like what I mean, in any said city or whatever where I was at, where these particular things that happened that actually led to the development of who I am, and basically, you know, um, influenced my style of music and my preferences. Definitely. I mean, like I'll give you hint to one of them. Number one is Harlem. I was born in Harlem, New York. All right, and so basically, all of these basically correlate to different places. Like I said. All right, so I'm gonna play this album, and I hope y'all guys like it. I made this album for you guys to enjoy. Either you just listening, chilling, or the sample. There's plenty of samples. I created this especially for that. Um, I made sure that it sounds, not particularly overly new. It sounds relatively like, stereo, but kind of lo-fi or whatever else like that, allowing you guys to basically filter in any way you want, manipulate in everything in any way you want. And if you guys use this in your productions, all I ask is that y'all give Out of Sound Music, ASCAP, like some credit. You don't have to pay no sample clearance or anything like that. All right, so let's listen to the first song. I'll be cutting these songs short because I want to leave some kind of mystery for you guys when you get the album. All right, so here's the first song, Harlem. All these songs were inspired from Philadelphia International Sounds. Philadelphia International. A lot of you may not know. I grew up around that whole like industry. Bunny Sigler, Gamble Huff. No, I'm not only like in the Porridge's teachers clique or whatever. I was trained by many greats. Stanley Jordan, the great jazz musician. I'm not just the guy that invented Lazy Chop or helped MPC come up, come back. Made this album to the Philippines and just, on my vacation there. Felt inspired. All right, so we're gonna stop that one. We're gonna go to the next song, and the next one is called Bronx. Like this type of stuff I love right here. Some stuff like Kanye would flip or something, right? I can hear it. So we're gonna stop this. I don't want to give y'all too much, like I said. Like I said, there's plenty of parts in here y'all guys can chop up. You know. I'm gonna stop right here. And we're gonna go into the next song. And it's about 34, like, songs throughout the all these volumes. And like I said, you don't want to chop them up or whatever. I mean, you just listen. It's a great chill out album. I mean, something you can just sit around listening. I just appreciate the support. Because, y'all can support anybody else. But, for those who support me, man, I love y'all. I've been with the MPC community forever, supporting you guys, doing what I can do with the MPC. Helping the Kai, come up with features and fighting for you guys. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate everything you guys do for me. I don't take it for granted, definitely. So the work I do, I always do it. I always try to give y'all my best. Stop right here. Now on this album, I didn't really focus too much on like making drum breaks or whatever else like that. That wasn't really what I was setting out to do. I was just setting out to give y'all stuff that y'all can sample, or just chill. But also, this is just a throwback to the songs I grew up, the songs that my mom used to play during the cookouts or just cleaning the house. Those 70s, like Philadelphia International records, Motown records, Stax records, So this is just a throwback to that. So I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna go to the next one. Alright, like I said, these albums are filled with things like this. It's just a lot of heat, in my opinion. I mean, all of these, I would flip. I was just over, making mad beats over in the Philippines and in Asia when I was there. Y'all heard it when I was just basically tossing up everything, something every day. And that was from the stuff that I was just making from the sessions there and stuff. So I was just so inspired there, and I just wanted to come back and share my inspiration from there, with you guys here, This almost sounds like some Marvin Gaye type stuff right here. Alright, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Alright. Right now we're on number 7, and that's Montgomery. Okay. Trust me, I didn't put all the best stuff on the first volume. I mean, I spread the fire throughout the whole kit/album. So to give y'all a good listening environment. Yeah. Like this right here, I can hear it just chopping up. Using those stabs, those string stabs. These stabs remind me of Larry Gold, the stuff he used to do with Philadelphia International. Alright, so we move on to the next one. Like I said, and this album is just, you can just sit back and just chill to it, man. And I made sure to include no vocals. It's only basically harmonies and runs, vocal runs, but no vocals. Things that would be easy for you to chop up in your beats and make into something. As you can hear, example here. Yeah. This run right here. See that? Stuff like this. You can take that, flip it all day. Alright, we're gonna move on to the next one. And this one here is number 9. This is Allen. Right here. See? It's just a whole bunch of stuff you could just take and flip, chop up, make it into something that make Just Blaze and Beat proud. You know what I mean? Justice League proud. Got a whole bunch of that type of stuff on here. I really think that this is one of my best works ever. I just think that y'all guys are really going to enjoy this. Definitely. And I think this is going to be definitely useful to you guys. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next song. And this is number 10. It's Perry. So Perry refers to, like, I grew up like around like North Trenton, and Perry is like Perry Street. It was a lot of, like, you know, Puerto Ricans there and whatever. Yeah, and so I grew up in that environment. Have a lot of love for the Hispanic community, definitely. You know. So, like I said, a whole bunch of runs that you can use. You know what I mean? A whole bunch of loops that you can use. Definitely. All of this stuff, I would just take this and flip this all day. You know what I mean? Make something that make Beat say, wow. Or something that Justice League would love, you know? Definitely. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to the next song. We're gonna go to song 11. Okay. This right here, this is Stockton. You know, Stockton basically. You know, that's right next to Perry Street. You know what I mean? This is the Unknown Posse. It's like a Puerto Rican gang there. You know, they formed the gang basically kind of like, I guess, to kind of like, you know, protect themselves. But, you know, it was pretty cool around here. I didn't have any problems. But right here is something else that we flipped. That vocal right there. This kid right here, he killed it. This guy killed it on this song. You know? Definitely. This album is very soulful. Very soulful, very 70s-esque. You know what I mean? I tried to my very hardest to make sure that this album sound like something that could be done in the 70s. You know, and that's why I didn't want the sound to be too clean or whatever else like that. I wanted it to sound kind of old, so when you put it on, people would think that you're putting on an old album. Alright, so we're gonna go to the next one, the final song on this volume, which is Church. Church represents basically the street where my grandparents had their house, you know, RIP to them. And you know, stuff like this, I love stuff like this right here. This right here, this vocal reminds me of my late great friend Bunny Sigler. Rest in peace to him. But this is an incredible soulful record right here. Like, wow. Definitely. But this is stuff that y'all can flip or just listen, like I said. You know? Really. Alright. So we're gonna stop this and we're gonna move on to volume 2. Alright? Volume 2. The first one is Luis Mons Rivera. Alright, so alright, like I said, these are all like places or situations in my life that basically influence who it is I am now. Alright, so let's listen to this. Yeah, this right here is crazy. I love this. This is crazy. I love this, man. Now, that first part right there can be flipped all day. Undoubtedly. So I've just been messing around inside of MPC3 with this album, chopping it up, putting drums to it, and stuff like that. Loving it. Making incredible stuff. This sound like almost something like that Just Blaze and flip for Beanie Siegel or something like that. This is crazy. Alright, so we're gonna move on to the second song, which is North Broad. Alright? Now this song right here starts off a little slow, but it's a great record. And this record right here also reminds me of my late great friend Bunny Sigler, legend. You know, he did a lot of records for Patti LaBelle and stuff, and then you know he had a big record that Nelly and Kelly Rowland got a Grammy with. You know what I mean? So this reminded me so much of him. The voice and texture sounds so much like Bunny Sigler. Amazing. So we're gonna stop this here. Well, actually, I'll let it play a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Because it goes into something. I want y'all to hear, right? You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, and here we go. Oh, that's just crazy. Sorry for cursing. All right. So we're gonna stop this and go to the next song. Oh man. All right. So we're gonna go to number 3. Which is Ashenpeak. Now, this is a place, it's like my cousin's house, but you know, we had a lot of fun there, you know, growing up there, go there every weekend or so. In the summer, especially, I would stay like the whole summer there, you know what I mean? So, but this right here is a record that's just so classic. Definitely. So classic. Sounds like something that your mom be playing on the weekend, you know, right? Cleaning. Or she just has some company over. You know? The strings in this are lush. You know? Some crazy stuff. Imagine taking this, chopping it up or speeding it up. You can get something out of this. Alright, so we're gonna move on to the next record, which is number 4. And basically, number 5 is called Downtown. I mean, number 4 is called Downtown. You know? And as a kid, we used to go downtown. They used to have heritage days, you know what I mean, where all the cultures would come together and they would just block off the road. It was so many people. And that's definitely a big part of my childhood. I just look forward to those every year. You know what I mean? I never had any money though. To go down there, so I was always just down there just chilling. But I was a young kid then, you know? Yeah. So these, again, another soulful joint right here. Like definitely, man. Yo. Alright, so we're gonna stop right here. And we're gonna go to the next one, which is MLK. You know, all hoods have an MLK. You know? So MLK is like, you know what I mean? We'll go up there to visit some friends. So this is by like, kind of like in the area of Donley Homes, where Porridge and Teachers came up out of. You know what I mean? Kind of close to that area. You know what I mean? So, okay. So, as you can see, man, there's some fire on this album, in my opinion. So I'm going to stop this and go to the next one, which is TCHS. Alright? This is one of my favorite songs on that whole album. Definitely. I love this. I think this might be my single on this album. What do y'all think? I don't know. This is so smooth. Sheesh, man. You almost don't need to add anything to this. Woo. It's fine. Let me stop. Let me go to the next one. Alright, so the next one we're gonna go to is number 7, which is Greenwood. Alright. Right here, smooth. Love these. Now, this right here, this is number 9, Lenape. Lenape is basically, this is a very important part of my life. This is where basically I would run into the legendary Raymond Earl from Instant Funk. I Got My Mind Made Up. Y'all remember that song? You know what I mean? As a kid, I used to just go over there all the time and basically learning from them and sitting in the studio, just minding my business, you know. And I'm appreciative of that. Definitely appreciative of that. Yep. So, but this right here is a special song right here. I won't go too much into this song right here too far because I'm gonna cut it right there. It's just crazy. All right, so and we got this place right here. And then, like I said, this album is all about like soul music. You know what I mean? That feel good feeling. You know, you can put this on that's around the house. You ain't gotta do anything else but just listen. Be able to ride out to this album. You know? Very, very smooth album. Very catchy. Very inspirational album in my opinion. So I'm gonna go to the next song, which is 10. Like I said, some things on here you can flip. This whole album was made so you guys can just flip. You know? It's a throwback to my childhood. You know, what I grew up on. The music I grew up on. The influences that I had from my mother's music choices and tastes or whatever. You know, like, man, it's nothing like that music, you know what I mean? I just think that the music that was in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, man, wow, incredible music of that time. So we're gonna move on to the next song, the last song on this, which is Hollywood. Now, this song right here represents, you know what I mean, the impact my brother, Wise, Intelligent, of Poor Edge's teachers had on my life. And basically, he helped me to evolve and become, you know what I mean, what it is I am and who it is I am now. True. So, but this is a special record to me right here. Definitely. You know what I mean? And this record almost reminds me of some Lauryn Hill type stuff, right? Alright, so we're gonna stop this right here and we're going to go to the final. And so first song is Jarvis. Okay. Now this is I'm still living with my mom at this time. Still trying to figure out what it is I'm gonna do and everything. This is before I became a father, or you know what I mean? Still just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? But you know. Oh. Yeah. This right here is smooth right here. Definitely. This is like almost some Ski Beats type stuff. Right? So I'm feeling this. Definitely. Like I said, there's so much jewels on here, so many records here that you guys can flip. Definitely. You know, so I'm going to stop this and go to the next record, which is West State. Alright, so now remember, I'm kind of young, right? At this time, I'm well, you know, into music at this time. You know, my little behind, I done figured out how to get an MPC 4000 at this time. And I think everybody in the neighborhood know, you know, I was a good kid, just making beats, making music. No one messed with me. But I had a $4,000 drum machine on my back, carrying up and down West State. Boy, God was with me because things could have went really bad during that time. But I never got any issues, man. And thank God for that. You know, definitely. So this song represents that. Definitely. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next one. Yeah. Now, number 3 is Passaic. So, Passaic this right here is a time where things could have went really bad for me. You know, a person who I thought was my childhood friend basically almost tried to put me in a position where he almost got me for my gear. But if it wasn't for my boy, the sixth son, Chad, sixth son, you know, respected him. You know what I mean? He came through and helped me get out of that situation. Love him for that, and I appreciate him for that. Definitely. Alright, so this right here, number 4, Center. This is the first time I moved out of my mom's house or whatever. I'm on my own for the first time. You know what I mean? I'm making things up. And, you know, I ain't got it all figured out still. You know? But, yeah. Like, I love this. I love these vocal runs in this song, man. This shit is so soulful. Wow. Wow. Love this one. Yeah, man. Wow. Yeah. Well, we're going to stop this right here. We're going to move on to number 5. And this record right here, this is one of my favorite joints on here. I love this progressions. I love these progressions, man. It's like, it almost reminds me of some Alicia Keys type stuff in a way, you know, but this is dope. Fine. Yeah. I'm gonna stop this right here. So, this right, number 6, this is Carol. So, Carol represents an important part of my life. This is the introduction to me becoming a father. You know what I mean? This is the pivotal point that kind of changed me into where I stopped guessing what I'm going to do, and then I basically forced myself into having a purpose and finding a direction in my life. If it wasn't for my son, I don't know where I would be. Without him, I wouldn't have arrived to anything, I don't think. You know? But again, this is another record right here with some dope progressions y'all guys can flip, or just you can just sit here and listen to it. Alright, so let's go to the next song. This song is Bellevue. This represents, right, just before I'm buying my own house. Now, you know what I mean? Now, I'm a single father with 2 kids and stuff like that. And, you know, again, I'm figuring it out. I'm getting things together. You know what I mean? I got my credit right and stuff like that. And all I'm looking forward to is just making sure my kids is good. So, you know what I mean? So, we're going to move on to number 8. Now, this right here definitely represents where my transition to becoming solely independent without anyone else except for my kids. This represents this. You know. Yeah. Man, tell you, damn man, it's some dope ass grooves on here. Yo, I just hope that, you know, when y'all get this album, you know what I mean, y'all guys enjoy it. This album is just so dope in my opinion. Alright, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to the next. And so 9 is Prospect. So, you know, this is what enabled me to go on and basically be financially, you know, stable. And where, you know, I can be a responsible father, to my kids. And yeah, so that's what this represents here. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one, where this right here just represents like family issues and where past family ties where this change, things just change where you perceive your family to be one way, then for some reason it just turns another way. So yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go to the final record. The final record on volume 3 is called Conrad. Conrad, this is a really like the real first traumatic issue that we've ever had in our family. I won't go into the details, but something I never thought would basically happen, you know what I mean? To my personal family or whatever actually happened. And it was eye awakening, and everything. So basically, I'm gonna stop right there. And so that is Masada Memoirs, Volume 1 to 3. It's my album / kit, sample kit for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Look, it's at thecyclekit.com right now exclusively. I would appreciate it. Like, without you guys, I am nothing. I mean, I do everything I do for you guys. I really appreciate the support. Like, definitely. So, all right. So, y'all guys take care of yourselves. God bless.